Research issues. In this module, we are going to discuss the number of research issues that a researcher might face when collecting data or when analyzing data in the field of bilingualism. Now, first of all, if you are going to research bilingualism, the problem is that there might be a non-compatibility of the languages that the researcher might know and the community that the person wants to research. So the number of researchers who are the native speakers of the languages they want to explore might be less. And then, if you are lucky enough to have some sort of funding, then you can hire a team of people who could possibly help you to translate the data, collect the data, and then translate the data for you to understand in the languages that you own. More often than not, this is what the people are doing. However, even in translation, certain things are lost, and that becomes a limitation of the research itself. And then this is not the only thing. There is also the difference between different perspectives that different researchers involved in the research might have. And over here, when I talk about researchers, I'm talking about multiple data collectors. The way they ask questions, whatever perspectives they are looking at, their own personal biases might enter the research, which might affect not only their data collection, but also their translation of the transcript for you. So these are one of the things that some of the issues that we need to keep in mind. Although we are not saying that these differences are not interesting. These differences might be interesting and might become a focus of another research where you actually see how the biases of different researchers working in the field of bilingualism actually affect their data collection processes and their data analysis. But if the focus is not that, then it becomes a problematic issue. So the thing is to keep in mind that this will be one of the limitations of the research. On the other hand, even if you are the native speaker of a language, that might not be enough for you to collect the bilingual data comfortably, because at times a language is shared across different ethnic and religious communities. And when that is done, the attitudes that people have for each other across the different communities, their own biases might also be reflected in the kind of data they allow you to collect. That is, how the community itself responds to you might be affected by who you are. For instance, there is this example of the Europeans or North American nationality holders when they come back to collect any data, especially in Asia, Southeast Asia, or Africa. They might not be looked upon very ingeniously. People might not really like them a lot in terms of their data collection, because remember over here when I'm saying that at times the communities from where we are collecting data do feel that they are the object of some sort of experimentation. And this lower status in the hierarchy of knowledge building does not come very nicely with them. So there might be some sort of resistance there. And then, of course, your age will matter. How much your specific age is looked upon in the community you are exploring. Your gender will matter. There is a difference in how language is used across gender. Your education will matter. So if you have a certain kind of education and people somehow sense it, then the people might be using one language that might be the official language of the place more with you than other languages. And this has been discussed in detail by Milroy in 1987. However, having said that, there is no ideal researcher that can research without any problems. The only thing to remember is that one needs to be honest and sensitive and at least be keenly aware of these issues so you are ready to tackle them through different strategies.